Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the first Rumble at the Rodeo supported by Innova Disc Golf. My name is Joshua Cheney. I'll be one of your TDs this weekend, along with Mr. Uncle Nate Weaver. Y'all been to the Innova Factory store, you've seen him before, or if you played one of our events, welcome back. This is the official virtual players meeting to go over just the details of the event and answer any questions that come up. Don't think there's too many. And then they give you guys a chance to ask me post any questions later that we can answer for you. So let's get started. So just a quick overview. This is a PDGA sanctioned C tier event. It is also part of the SoCal Disc Golf Series. So if you are a current SoCal member, you will get points for your division, depending on how you place in this event. We currently have almost a full field right now. Time of the shooting, there's 81 players. May add a couple more to that, but it's going to be pretty busy, which is great. We love to see that. Lots of tournaments for people to play. So thank you guys for coming out and joining us on this venture. Nate and I are trying to bring more events back to parks that have been used in a while. Glen Helen has been out of the loop for a few years now, so that's why we're bringing this back. Uh, so starting stuff. So let's see. So the schedule for the event. The park opens at 7:30. It is $15 per car to get into the park, unless you are a San Bernardino Regional Park pass holder. If you have one of those, you know. If you don't, then you probably don't. So carpooling is highly suggested. There's plenty of parking here. So if you're worried about like how to get the best parking spot, plenty of parking between this lot and then the one that's over by the restrooms. So don't worry about having to park super far away. Tournament Central will be in the main parking lot, so that'll be near holes 1 and 18. Basically, you come through the main gate, you make the turn down to the first left, and then you're gonna make a left again. You're gonna see the starting holes over there. Basically, as soon as we're set up to go, we'll start check-in. Every player does need to check in, no matter who you are. You can't check your buddy in. You can't be like, oh, he's up warming up, but he's here. Nope, you got to come check in. We got to sign you off, make sure everybody has the proper starting holes, et cetera, et cetera. So once we're set up, we'll do check-in. Amateur players, that's when you'll pick up your players packs. So for those that registered early enough, we did have a limited number of tournament discs because we have to order them so many weeks ahead of time, and a decent amount of people sign up afterwards. So I tried to get as many as I could. But for some people that sign up later, you will have opportunity to get an alternative disc from our previous tournament stash. Um, I'll help you guys with that the day of. If for some reason we do have extras at the end, then we can pass those out to players that didn't get one. But again, I did post in Disc Golf Scene that the at least the first 60 players were eligible. I think I have up to like 65. So if you're one of the first 65 amateur players to register, you're going to get a tournament stamp disc. If you were not one of those first 65, you'll get a disc um, from one of our other events. You get to pick up the same value. Um, let's see. Starting holes, I'll have those posted on PDGA either tomorrow or Friday, depending on some adjustments we have to make. But I pretty much have them all figured out. Um, we'll do a quick get together meeting at Tournament Central, and then I'll send you guys out to your starting holes, and we'll start round one. We'll do a 2-minute warning. So for those that may be newer to the tournament scene, haven't played a lot of tournaments, you get to your starting holes. Say we start at 9 a.m. I'll blow the horn twice, 2 bursts. That's a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning means you can't practice anymore. So no more practice throwing, no more practice putting. You just basically have to wait by your bag, chill out, get stretched and stuff like that. But you can't, no more practice throwing or putting within those 2 minutes. Afterwards, after 2 minutes, you'll hear one longhorn and we'll yell start. Hopefully everybody echoes it down. And that means start and game on. We'll play round one. After round one, we'll have a lunch break, and then I'll reshuffle the cards based on people's scores, and then round two, and then after round two, we'll do the trophies and free raffle that we're doing for all the players that signed up, and we'll call it a day, and hopefully everybody has a good time. So just a couple notes on that. Lunch, there is no lunch provided at this tournament, so make sure you do bring your own. If you do need to leave the park to go get lunch, do your research around. I think there's like a McDonald's um down the road and maybe a couple other things, but I know there's not a whole lot of stuff around Glen Helen um to choose from. So yeah, there's a couple gas stations down the street if you need to get snacks. But honestly, guys, I highly recommend just bring your own food. Um, there really isn't much out there. You go down the freeway a little bit, the next exit at south on the 15 on Sierra, there's like a little center there that has a Jack in the Box and McDonald's and a Del Taco. Um, but it's still probably about a 15-minute drive down there and then back. So we're gonna have at least an hour for lunch, but plan accordingly. You guys are responsible for your lunch on this one. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? All right, let's take a look at the caddy book real quick. Um, so since this is a PDGA sanctioned event, all PDGA rules are in effect. If you're not sure what those rules are, let myself or Nate know or take a look at it. We're happy to answer questions for you guys. There's no 2 meter rule. So if you somehow land in a tree, which is only possible in a few holes here, um, you just take your line directly below that. You don't get penalized for it. Um, Tops of all buildings are and inside all fence areas are out of bounds for all holes unless otherwise noted specific hole. So the perimeter fence, which is that white fence that goes all the way around the park, that is the out of bounds line, the front of that fence. Okay. So some of the holes you'll see the sidewalk, and then you'll see the fence passing. It's like a green area in front of that. So unless it says otherwise, those green areas are safe. It's the fence line of the park that is the out of bounds. Um, Now it says here all sidewalks and walking paths are out of bounds for all holes unless otherwise noted. So those basically play as rivers. Um, Nathan Bow on here also says if you're not sure, play provisional rule. If you don't know what that is, look it up or feel free to ask us. If we have a playoff, if we have a tie for first place, we'll do an aggregate playoff, which basically means you play every hole to determine the winner. If there's an event, is there a tie for second or third? Since it's a trophy only event, we'll do a CTP. But mainly for first place, we do an aggregate playoff using holes one, two, and three. Um, as always, both of our phone numbers are on the caddy book, and the caddy book is posted to the disc golf scene page. So make sure you read those. If you have any questions, you can always give us a ring during the tournament, and we can help you guys do the best we can. Um, One of the things we're doing for this event is we are adding some mandatories, and we do have an island hole. So the best thing I can recommend for those is read the description of each hole. The Mandos aren't there to make anything different or try to like disrupt how anything will play. They're there to kind of protect other fairways and keep people from kind of getting in the way of each other. The main thing is for safety. So some of them normally on the course, there's no Mandos marked for those holes. We're adding them just to keep stuff safe and flowing. Um, some of them too, like on hole four, it's 540 feet. Um, and that kind of plays in like an L. So you kind of go straight and then you cut to the left a little bit. And that's how you get to the hole. Um, some guys I know can go, well, I can throw 550 and cross the road and get there. Yeah, but we don't really want people throwing over roads and risk hitting cars going down or people walking or something like that. So there's a Mando there to prevent that. Um, so again, just make sure you read each description of each hole. If you have any questions, please let us know. Um, all of the Drop zones will be marked with flags, and we'll probably paint DZ next on it so you kind of know. And all of the planes will be marked with paint also for the mandatory plane. If you haven't played before, make sure you are up to date on the mandatory rules. Okay, and understand how those work. That anytime that plane is broken, then you've missed the mandatory. Okay. So it's going down. Okay. Yep. 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 Okay. So the only island hole on here is hole 17. Um, we're gonna have an island out there defined by rope. The rope that's on the ground is the boundary. So your disc needs to be touching inside of that rope in order to be considered safe. The flags that are there are just visual markers to help you see how far it is. It's gonna be about 100 and the edge of the island's about 150-ish feet from the fee pad. So should be a good, pretty decent throw. I expect just about everybody will be able to get there. If you have an errant throw and you do not land on the island, it's not the end of the world. You play from where it lies, but it is a hazard rule. So those that aren't aware of the hazard rule, you play from where it lies, you do take a penalty stroke for it. Okay. And that just about sums up the caddy book. Um, Again, if you have any questions on the caddy book, read through it and let us know. Okay, let's see, what do we go to next? Just scroll through my notes here, make sure we're all good to go. Um, so top finishers, so we will have trophies for the top finishers in the amateur divisions based on the number of participants in there. You guys know our trophies are always pretty cool, so we'll see what Nate comes up with this time. Professional divisions, we will have trophies for first place, and then we will be doing payouts afterwards via PayPal. If you have any questions about payouts, professional players, come talk to me. I'll be the one handling all those, and we can get stuff figured out for you guys. Uh, yeah, and I think that just about covers all of it. Uh, yeah, I don't see anything else in here. Make sure you guys just some closing notes. We will have some case of water out there in the cooler at Tournament Central. So, as we always advise you guys, bring water, but we will have some for you guys in case you need more or something like that. Just make sure you guys stay hydrated out there. Bring snacks. Glen Helen it's a long walk, pretty straightforward course, but it is a lot of walking. So make sure you hydrate and fuel up. Weather's looking pretty nice. Don't like to curse the weather normally. Make sure you guys check that ahead of time. Maybe a little bit breezy at times, 10 to 50-mile-an-hour winds. But for those that have played Glen Helen before, that's pretty typical. Um, so yeah, just make sure you come prepared for that. For those that ask, is it cart friendly? Yes, it is. It is very cart friendly. The layout is posted in the picture area on Disc Golf Scene. They put those together. So the layout that we're using is the regular course layout. We'll have our T signs out there so you can kind of help differentiate. But there's nothing like how we do for some of our other tournaments where we have to modify holes, put a different layout in. This is straight up holes 1 through 18, um, and just go. Um, let's see, what else is there to add? Okay, so personal housekeeping items for us, um, and for you guys in general. Uh, First things first, our main goal is to have fun. So please, guys, enjoy yourselves. Have a good time while playing. Um, we get to go play this lovely sport we all love. Um, so make sure that you enjoy your time doing it with your card mates and with everybody there. Trash, pick up your trash, please. Don't leave trash on the course. There's plenty of trash cans around. And if not, put it in your bag and drop it in the first trash can you see. We don't want to litter on the park. Um, we want to show the park rangers and the county that we are good stewards of the course and are trying to bring tournaments back. And the better we leave it and show them, hey, we can be responsible, the more likely they are going to let us have events there again when we don't want to leave a bad rap with them. Last thing is we do have the course closed for the entire day. So it should just be us on there from the tournament. Um, you're not really, hopefully not going to have any issues, but for some reason, if there is somebody that is set up on the course, say they're picnicking or camping, something like that, um, or just for some reason someone's on the course playing, but basically someone that's on the course area that is not part of the disc golf tournament, just be respectful. All right, they don't know, probably don't know, they don't know that the course reserved, and just let them know, hey guys, hey, we have a tournament going on. This course is reserved. Um, over here would be a safer area for you guys to hang out. If there's any kind of conflict, don't engage, don't argue with them, don't do anything with that. Just let me and Nate know. What we don't want to do is risk any kind of danger to us or them, including throwing and such. So just be respectful with that. And if there's any issues, please call me and Nate right away because then we'll go down there with the Rangers and that'll be the end of it. Okay. And then we'll be the good guys. They don't have a leg to stand on. Okay. I don't anticipate any issues with this. It's not like with Prado where we have the fishermen to deal with. Everybody's pretty chill, but just in case, all right. Um, okay, last thing, we are doing the raffle, so we have we had on here that if you registered by May 1st, so just a few days ago, you get two raffle tickets. Everybody registers after that gets one ticket. So you'll get a raffle. We're going to raffle off some stuff. Thanks to Innova and Roll Race Promotions. We have some discs to give away, and I know we have at least one bag that we're raffling off as well. Just kind of say thank you to you guys for coming out, a little fun, take some prizes home. We'll probably throw some CTPs in there as well, but I'll explain all that Saturday morning. And with that, I think we are good. If you have any questions, again, either leave a comment on the Disc Golf Steam page or shoot us an email, and Nana will address it. Um, Again, read each hole carefully about the description. Um, there's some areas that say like let's see. Yeah, like for example, hole four, there's a dirt area that kind of goes off the road. It's like a little annex parking area. That area is out of bounds as well, even though it's not technically road. It's part of the road. You have to be inside the grass and the concrete curd in order to be safe. Please make sure you read that. Again, if you have questions, let us know. And I think that sums it up. So once again, thank you guys all for joining us for this. This is one we want to do for a while, and I'm glad to see that we got the increased turnout from everybody and support from the disc golf community to put this on. And with these kind of numbers, it goes well. You can expect to be more events there at Glen Helen. We got to say thank you to the county park staff, not only working with us on this event, but others as well. They're awesome. They're taking care of us. So make sure you guys say thank you to them as well, to the Rangers, for allowing us to be there and helping us get this all set up. And then we got to give a shout out to Innova Disc Golf, supporting all of our events. So they were making all the player pack disc for us, take care of some of the raffle items for us. Um, so you'll see us out there. We have a couple vendors coming out as well, so be sure to swing by and check out some of their stuff and throw some support to them. But basically, guys, we look forward to a great Saturday. Um, hanging out at the park there, everybody playing some disc golf, enjoying a good community time. And I'm looking forward to having a good day. I hope you guys are as well. And with that, we will see you guys bright and early Saturday morning.